Hey guys, it's Amber and I'm getting ready to work on day 8 and I am going to be on the back of day 7 here, and I thought it would be fun to do a 2-page spread. So I'm working with a photo. It's not the best photo, I'm going to be honest with you, but I have not been taking, well, it's already a week into November, let's be honest, but I did not do the best job of taking photos in October. It's just a really busy month that got away from me. So I am working with what I have. So I've got a 2-page spread here of the leaves while we were driving. It looked really beautiful. That's what I've got. So I have this die cut number 8 here from Studio Calico that I want to work with. I've got some die cut leaves here. I'm pretty sure these are Elle Studio, and I think this wood veneer is Elle Studio. And I'm going to kind of spread those around. I wasn't thinking when I printed these, and I don't want to reprint them, but I made them 7 by 8 1/4, which is really 14 by 8 1/4. And I forgot that the pages that I've been working with are 9 by 7 something. So because of that size, because I've been using the Heidi Swap size papers, I'm gonna need some background paper. What I'm gonna do is let the photo be butted up against the edge and just have paper around the outside of both photos so that it looks continuous and have the holes be in the middle. So I dug through my stash and I found some paper that I'm happy with and that I had at least 2 of, and I have this green Bazzill cardstock. I haven't the foggiest idea what color it is, it's just in my stash, but I thought this color would complement the leaves in my photos really nicely. It's pulling from these darker colored greens and it felt really complimentary. So I'm gonna basically attach the background paper to that. The photo will go on top, punch the holes, and then add the embellishments. I'm thinking that I want to use some of my Gina K foam tape to pop up the 8, because I can put some pieces in each of those spots just to give it a little bit of a lift. So I'm thinking about that. But it's going to be another really simple page. Don't even really need any journaling, which is kind of how I'm getting through this project right now, just by keeping it really simple, and I'm totally okay with that. So I'm gonna pop you on fast forward while I get to work. It's gonna be a nice, really quick, simple, easy page, but I'm really liking the fact that I have a 2-page spread going. Okay, so as we're getting started here, the first thing I need to do is get my photos trimmed out, but I am not going to make you watch the whole thing. I'm going to zoom past that. So there you can see I've got them both trimmed out, and I'm just making sure that they're lined up in the same height since they were printed on separate pieces of paper there. So I'm punching the holes for these at the same time. So I laid them face to face. I'm adding my punch template on top and getting them punched so that I know that they're lined up properly. And I'm not worried about doing this and then adding them to the green paper, because I know that this is going on the back of day 7 and those already also have holes punched, so I can line that up fairly easily. So when I had stitched on day 7, I covered the stitches with adhesive. So I was peeling that off and adding just a little bit of rolling adhesive around the outside edges of the paper. So I just peeled that back, added it to the back of the cardstock there, and I'm just hand trimming that out, and I'm going to repunch that. Then I'm going to use a combination here of my 1/8 inch and my 1/4 inch double-sided sticky tape. So the 1/4 inch is going to go around all of the outside edges, which you're going to see me do here. I like to use my non-stick scissors for that. It helps keep my regular craft scissors from getting gummed up. And then I like to use my 1/8 inch along the inside of the holes because it fits in there perfectly. And I use Gina K for that. So if you ever have any questions about any of the adhesives that I use, I keep everything bookmarked in my Amazon list in case you're ever curious. So I'm just lining up those holes there and doing the adhesive on that side, and I'm just releasing the release tape for the sides, and then finally the outer edge. So the left side's done. Now I'm going to do the same thing on the right hand side here. but I need to cut my cardstock down to match that 7 by 9. I think it's 7.5 by 9 inch size. So it's just making sure everything looks okay. And I'm going to do the exact same thing here, just starting with the 1/8 side first. Just happened to be what I grabbed. And then the 1/4 inch is one that I'm using from scrapbook.com. And like I said, just doing the exact same things here. Only this time I don't have any holes to worry about aligning, so I'm just making sure that everything's aligned with the photo to the left-hand side so that it looks even. Sorry if you hear my cat in the background, she's hopping inside her box. I keep boxes in my scrapbook room so that they have somewhere to sit and be happy. So I got the holes punched there, and now I am grabbing my Gina K foam tape, and I'm putting 4 pieces on this 8. So where the cutouts are, it's actually really delicate, so I wanted to make sure that it had a lot of adhesive to keep it supported. And I'm just kind of arranging these. I had kind of played with these a little bit already in advance, and I wanted to pull from the colors of the leaves in the photo, so I have a red and orange and green. The die cut pack also had yellow and pink, but the pink didn't really go, obviously, and the yellow was in the color of the die cut, so I didn't pull those out at all. And you can see there I have some other shapes of wood veneer leaves, but I just kind of stuck with that one. It seemed to work well. So now that I've figured out my placement, I'm just getting adhesive down on the leaves. I'm using my 1/2 inch Gina K Terrific tape there. And I just kind of have to keep building here where I'm putting everything back down, and then I have to kind of stick the items on the bottom down first, but they need to be underneath the 8. I didn't want the edges of the leaves to show through the center holes of the number 8. I thought if I needed to I could trim the edges of that orange leaf, but I didn't need to. I was able to get it down in the right place, so it just kind of worked out. Pardon me. So I used red line tape for the wood veneer piece, and my original plan was actually to layer that on top of the 8, but I wasn't sure how it would work with the fact that it was on top of the foam tape, so I just tucked it underneath instead. And then I ended up pulling out another smaller wood veneer leaf out of my stash that's from Colorcast Designs, and they already have adhesive on the back, so I just grabbed one of those, and I'm going to adhere it down right on top of the 8 on the left hand side, just to add another little bit of wooden piece and another layer for some dimension. So I'm just using my paper piercer there to help me place it. So really happy with how it came out, and can't wait to keep moving along with the project. Thanks so much for watching. Bye for now.